Yo, what is up? Just doing this quick vid because I don't actually explain at any point in all of this what section we're on. So section 2, banding and streaming. I'm going to be talking to Tegan about being a bottom set. It's very incohesive, very difficult to understand because whenever we're next to each other we have one brain cell between us. And then I've asked some friends how their sets affected their mentalities last year when we were at GCSE. So that is what we're doing right now. That was the loudest swallow I've ever done. So that is what we're going to do. Yes, lovely stuff. This is me and Tegan having a little discussion about being in bottom set. Hello.
Hi.
It's me again, and I'm back with Tegan.
Hello.
And what we're going to talk about today, for now, we're going to talk about is banding and streaming. I'm going to explain what that is. Don't look confused. So basically, what that basically means. Oh, did say basically twice. So basically, what that means is it's like, you know, when we get separated off into sets. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But we're talking about the effects of that because, first of all, it's fairly obvious that if you're put in top set, you are going to see yourself as
above the average person.
Yeah, you're going to think, oh, I'm a little smarty pants, me. Look how smart I am. I'm looking at you, all of my top set friends out there. Shiver me timbers. I'm looking at you, all of my top set friends out there. That's on school ethos. They teach you to feel better, to feel superior with your intelligence. So, I truly don't know how we're gonna do this. So what we're gonna, how do you feel about being in bottom set?
I hate it. It makes me feel like I'm such an insignificant person in this school right now. Like, do you know how horrible it is, right? When all of my friends are like, oh my god, we've moved on in our topic and we're ahead of everybody and we're all doing so well and all their classes are in a completely different part of the school. I'm going over to the history block and we're still on the first topic and we're halfway through the year. You feel like you don't fit in with everybody else because you're in a different place, you're so far behind, or you're ahead and you haven't actually learned anything properly. And so you're just going to stay in bottom set forever because the teacher didn't teach you properly. And it sucks. It's first day of school, all the work's done.
So how do you think that's affected, like, your mindset towards yourself?
Well, I feel like I definitely have to try a lot harder now. Even if I don't, I feel like I should be. Because I'm not going to be able to get to the level as everybody else. And so I'm always going to feel like less of a lesser person.
Okay, so you feel like you have to try harder.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting to me because for me it was very much the opposite. In that the second I found out I was bottom set and I had to experience being a bottom set, I actually gave up on quite a lot of school. I stopped trying because to me, like, it was kind of like, what's the point, you know? I was like, oh, maths, whoop-de-doo. Shiver me timbers indeed. Now, what this links into, Alpi, hello, you're going to like this, is the self-fulfilling prophecy, okay? So I forget, okay, you're not going to like this bit. I forget who coined it. It could be anyone. But basically what it is that, like, labels and stereotypes, things like that you get given at school through in-school processes, which is banding and streaming. You kind of perpetuate those things. You take them, you become them. Because, by the way, let me explain this. Bottom set, our sets were based off, so we had the same set for maths and English, but our English didn't play into, like, what set you came into. It was just maths because for some reason our school hates English or something. I'm not really sure how that works. Head of maths, I'm looking at you, okay? I'm looking at you. Why don't we take English into account for our sets? Tell me that, because I don't mean to brag, I am quite good at English. I was quite good at English. I don't take it anymore.
My English teacher told me that if we had sets, I would be in top set for English.
See? And I was told the same thing. So,
Analysing.
but this is the thing. Like, I gave up in English because I was in bottom set for English, even though the sets weren't based off English. So, by being put in bottom set, I actually began to fail in 2 subjects, maths and English.
That's funny, because I'm also fluent in English right now.
You see? I was explaining the self-fulfilling prophecy, wasn't I? So you take it on, but then there's another thing. It's kind of like an evaluation where some people, they get these labels and they actually like reject them. They do the opposite, which is the point I was trying to make. LP, that's the part I thought you'd be happy to hear. It was about 20 minutes ago that I said it, but calm. So how's that affected your how's that affected your abilities in other subjects that you're not in sets for?
I try less harder in those subjects now because I feel like because we get sets for PRS as well. So because there actually are lessons that we are ranked in, and when you're in bottom set, you're like, oh, I need to strive to be higher in my set. Then you kind of just forget that you actually still have to try in the other lessons because all of your focus is on being better in the lessons that you're putting sets in. You know, that makes sense? That makes sense? Yeah.
So it could be argued then that being in sets actually disadvantages people from doing as well in their GCSEs because of the perpetuation of the label of being a bottom set.
Yeah. There is also an advantage to it. It's it means the teachers still have the ability to see who needs the most help. So they know who they have to prioritise to help more and who they can work faster with.
But do you think the school does that? Do you think they prioritise the people that are struggling?
No, I think they treat us all the same, basically. They basically just act like we're all in the same set, but like, because they've practically labelled us, we're all just kind of like, uh-oh.
So, although it could be used to benefit, our school doesn't do it very well.
Hey Chris, what a level in my room. I'm just ready to go drink it, man.
Okay, so I think I'm done with you. I think I can discard you for now. I'm going to kick you out my room now.
What's up?
Get out. Get out of here.
I have your teacher thinks I'm a comedy legend.
Hi, Alpie. She's French, but her name is
Bonsoir. What does that mean? I don't do French.
Good evening. Okay, we're done with this discussion. Say bye.
No.
Say goodbye.
Au revoir.
I have AirPods now. That's new. I don't know what the audio is going to sound like on this. So, edit that bit there. Okay. So, I've asked a few friends in my year how banding and streaming affected their like little mentality of themselves, you know? So, the actual question, if I can just get that up, was so how do you think being in your set affected your attitudes towards school / towards yourself? Okay, so easy question. So yeah, this is the first answer, right there. Okay, so what this says is pretty accurate, I would say. I never tried that hard being in bottom set because I knew we were all in bottom set, but I also know that some people saw that to be, they had to be the best because they were in bottom set. They still had to be like the top of something, so they tried to be the top of bottom set. So I understand that mindset, and also because it is a very judgmental school that we go to. I can't speak on that because we didn't have the, you know, there wasn't much expected from us. But I think what this response is really saying is the higher you are in your in the system,
the more like pressure there is on you. It can really affect the way you think about yourself, because you have to feel like you're always competing with your friends and your pals in your class. So if you're in a higher set, more is expected from you in terms of responsibility and maturity. Yeah, so it can cause you to question yourself. You have to make sure that you're acting how you're expected to be acting. So I have to be more mature, more intelligent. So I need to make sure I'm flexing on all these people with my intelligence and with my maturity. This one is from someone in bottom set, okay? And so, same question, and she said, I thought I was so dumb. Oh, here it is, by the way. I thought I was so dumb, and I feel like we were treated differently. And when the teacher said we wouldn't be getting 7s or above, I felt belittled, which she felt dumb. So being a bottom set puts you in the mindset where you feel like you are less intelligent than your peers, which is not great. And treated differently, I kind of agree with that too, because it felt like the teachers didn't really care what our set was doing, because we're just stupid old bottom set, no one really cared what we were doing. We did a lot in our lessons. We were just messing about. Not for English, because our English teacher was a bit stricter, I would say. So this is kind of saying that being bottom set makes you feel inferior to your peers. We were told that we wouldn't be getting 7s, and it didn't really give me much hope for myself, and she kind of clearly is the same. She kind of gave up, because why try if we're never going to be able to achieve even a 7? So yeah, I can kind of see that too. Okay. But then I think it's interesting that she says it made her a bit more confident, because you would feel more confident with yourself and with your education if you're in a top set, because you're kind of being validated. But surely you want everyone to feel confident regardless of the set. But because she was in a higher set, she felt more confident in herself. Yet people in lower set said they felt dumb and belittled. So is it really a good system if by separating people up according to their intelligence, you're making people feel inferior or superior to others? It does create a hierarchy in school, because it's like the best and the most intelligent people at the top, and then it goes all the way down to a scum at the bottom who don't know how to count. So yeah, I can't count.
Around me are familiar face.
So she says she couldn't be bothered to do work in class because I was low down. I believe she was set 4, but it made me do better in other subjects. So this one's interesting, because by not trying as hard in the subjects you're putting sets for, she actually improved in other subjects. But I feel like schools shouldn't really be wanting that. Shouldn't be wanting them to give up in one subject so they can do better in others. So again, probably isn't an argument supporting banding and streaming. But so what do we learn here? We have learned that banding and streaming, it can be good for some. Some people, they see it as a confidence boost and it encourages them to try harder in class. People in higher sets, they are very confident with themselves because they know that they're doing the best of the best. And people in mid sets kind of see it as a challenge to do better, so that's cool. But bottom set, lower sets, they feel insignificant, they feel inferior, which isn't great. You shouldn't be telling a bunch of, how old was I when I started my GCSEs? Yeah, no, 14? 13 or 14? I'm not great at maths. Again, I was in bottom set. You're kind of telling a bunch of teens who already are very insecure in themselves that they're less intelligent than their peers. And then the teachers kind of treat the students accordingly to the set that they're in. So they feel so kids that are worrying that they're less intelligent are kind of being validated by teachers who are not expecting much of them and kind of acting like they're not going to do very well. So banding and streaming, is it a bit toxic? Yes sir, it is. Some of us are more confident, some of us had to go to therapy for suicidal thoughts because they thought they were stupid.
Hello ladies and gents. Part 3. It is Friday, the video is due tonight and I still haven't finished it. It's the stereotypes. I asked people if they've ever been stereotyped. if they had ever been stereotyped and how it affected them. Question will probably be like right here or something. And yeah, these are the responses. I'm not going to read them because I'm tired, and also I need to make this video for tonight because it is Friday and I am now in year 13 and it's very scary because I have exams next year and I'm working at a BBC. Sometimes my own intelligence shocks me. But yeah, so these are the responses. I did get a response of a male, which is shocking because I only talked to like 2 of the boys in my year. And I'm scared of the rest of them. So that's really cool actually. So yeah, enjoy. And then I guess we're done.